Staying dry in Dewey, what's being considered to combat flooding issues in town? Good evening, I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to Coast TV News at 11. We begin tonight literally on the coast right in Dewey Beach. And that's because, yes, we are still talking about flooding issues in the coastal town. But Dewey's Planning and Zoning Commission has drafted an ordinance that would allow people to raise their homes in hopes of combating those flooding issues. Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy is going to join us live from Dewey Beach tonight. Brendan, some homes have already been raised. Others are thinking of doing the same.
Christina, I'm back here on Reed Avenue, and some of the houses in this spot do have their houses raised, while some others don't. But if you take a look on your screen now, I don't want to get too close to the property, but let me show you some close-ups of what these floorboards look like. And if you see, they are clearly raising the house pretty high up, and that's what these people are looking for, to stay away from any water damage. And one person I spoke to that does live here but doesn't have his house raised, well, he might change his mind pretty soon. Keeping your house and everything you own dry. For people who live in Dewey Beach, especially near the water, that is what they're striving for with an ordinance that would allow them to raise their homes.
If you have flood or rain, heavy rain here, we'll have a foot of water out here in half an hour.
The drafted ordinance would allow each home to be raised 1 foot by freeboards. And for people who live on Reed Avenue, it's something to think about.
We've considered it over the years, and some people are doing it.
The town says the biggest flooding problems come from roads closest to the ocean. Check this out. I'm right here on Reed Avenue by the water, and while it's too dark to show you the water, let me show you this right here. This is where the sea level actually is, and although there's some rocks and some barriers, if those weren't there, all that water could potentially flood the whole entire street. And that's what's making people who live here nervous and wondering if they need to do a project of raising their house. But if they do, it could be costly. One local told me the cost of this project about a decade ago was $12,000. Now, it would be $140,000. Town manager Bill Zoper says spots closer to the water like Van Dyke Street and Reed Avenue have it the worst.
Everything down along the bay, that's really the worst flooding. Reed Street is the worst street when it floods in Dewey. Then McKinley Street, Van Dyke, and Dickinson Street they all flood.
The ordinance will now move to Town Council for further discussion. The Planning and Zoning Commission is going to make some revisions and fix up the language before Town Council gets it, but pretty soon we could see a discussion or a vote in the near future. Live in Dewey Beach, Brendan Conroy, Coast TV News.